Rochester Public Utilities is addressing inflationary pressure by increasing rates and fees in its 2026 budget plan.
RPU plans to impose a new fee to customers with solar panels for the demand those users put on the grid. KGDC's Olivia Pronzinski explains why those customers feel the new fee isn't fair, but city leaders say it's an equitable decision.
When trying to make his Rochester home more efficient, Evan Lance decided to invest more than $26,000 to install solar panels.
I think that RPU at the time certainly understood the investment that I was making.
Although now with the new grid access fee being imposed by Rochester Public Utilities, Lance says it's going to take longer for him to see return on his investment. The grid is an interconnected network that delivers electricity from producers to consumers.
So what I really want out of all this, just to make sure that we have fair rates in our system.
On Lance's home, he has a 9.2 kilowatt system. If approved, starting January 1st, RPU will start charging $2.40 per kilowatt as part of a grid access cost. Breaking down that math, according to Lance, on average, his solar array produces about $84 per month. With his system, he'll be charged an additional $22.08 per month, bringing Lance's new monthly net production to $64. It will now take him 321 months, that's 26 years, to break even on his investment. The life expectancy of Lance's system is anywhere from 25 to 30 years.
I think that when that monthly fixed fee starts to get higher and higher, what you're seeing is then people that produce less power are subsidizing people that produce more power.
RPU makes the argument that distributed energy resource systems like this one create a cost shift where non-DER customers are paying more for grid infrastructure.
It takes an extensive amount of investment to maintain those systems.
According to RPU General Manager Tim McCullough, the grid access fee is being put into place as an equitable rate to ensure all customers contribute a portion of the grid.
So many solar customers were contributing little to nothing towards the grid maintenance and the grid access fee.
City Council member and member of the RPU board Patrick Keene explains it like this. There's a cost to being the backup man. While solar customers are producing their own energy, there are times where they are still dipping into and paying for energy provided by RPU.
We were subsidizing some of the solar users by adding minor costs to the non-solar users. And by utility rules, we don't ever want to be doing that.
Keene says a public utility company cannot subsidize within or across rates.
As an example, we might say, let's charge a little more to our residential users so we can make the commercial users pay less for energy. State law says you cannot do that.
With the growing adoption of solar, RPU says it was to the tune of $250,000 of unrecovered fixed cost each year. RPU was made aware of the cost shift during a rate study in 2023, but has waited for the right time to implement changes.
I actually fought against this when it first came up at RPU, but back on that equity piece of saying, what about the other 98% of the people that aren't doing it? Are they actually paying more because of the solar fields?
Lance says he doesn't disagree with the cost to upkeep grid infrastructure, but says by making investments like solar, it slows down the growth rate of how much energy is going to cost for everyone else.
Why not leverage people within the community that are willing to put their own money into the pot to help you meet that goal?
Lance explains he's looking for a new assessment for fair utility rates for everyone.
I certainly think that there's middle ground, there's ways to negotiate, there's other ways to think about it.
RPU says despite the new fee, it's still a strong supporter of solar. Reporting in Rochester, I'm Olivia Pronzinski, KGDC News.
RPU has a meeting tomorrow to finalize its budget. Small general service solar systems will also see a new fee of $2.31 per kilowatt. As for those rate changes we mentioned at the beginning of this story, as part of the new budget, the rate for water will increase by 9% and electric by 4%. If RPU passes the budget as is, it then goes on to City Council for final approval in the beginning of December.